Rebecca, welcome back to Greg's List Live. I know it's been a little bit of time since our last broadcast, but unfortunately I've been busy with my regular day job, and I haven't had quite as much time to entertain you guys, because right now I do Greg's List for free, and it's purely out of the benevolence of my own heart to impart my wisdom and hopefully humor to you. As you all know, today is Friday, April 1st. April Fool's Day. As Mr. T would say, I pity the April Fool. And today, I wanted to mention the fact that Rebecca Black's famous or infamous song, Friday, now has 73,678,000 views on YouTube. So you are all guilty of creating this fame monster. With us tonight is the Greg American panel. They have absolutely been rocking out to this song, which has taken on just a phenomenon. And I did my, what would I call it, due diligence today. And I did a little bit of research, and I found out that, you know, Rebecca Black is not that evil of a person. She didn't even write this song. The song was written by a couple of, let's see, even though it was called The Worst Song in America, she went and recorded the song, which is written by two guys. I don't even know who wrote the damn song. I can't even find it on here. Perhaps they have deleted their names from the annals of Wikipedia. I don't know. But anyway, Rebecca Black, she's 13 years old, folks, so let's cut her a little bit of slack. She didn't think that she was going to be famous after this song. I mean, why would she? And I wanted to get a little bit of reaction. We got the music playing in the background, and the panel's been able to hear it. In fact, out of the 73 million views, I think the Greg American panel probably makes up about 30,000 of those views. And I wanted to get some feedback from them. Paul, what do you got? I think we should cut this Rebecca Black a little bit of slack. That's my rhyming Cockney slang there for you. I hope you enjoy it. Apples and pears, stairs. Well, I'm starving, Marvin. Well, if you've ever been to South London, you know what the hell I'm talking about there. But seriously, her accent and her lyrics, it's like a Shakespearean sonnet. Think about it. This is a young girl that is cognizant of each passing day and how you should take advantage of your time. It's similar to like Dead Poets Society when Robin Williams quotes that Herrick poem to the virgins to make much of time. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may, for tomorrow may never come. Paul, I hope you're done with your little English poetry lesson there, because really, I didn't get any of that. I got basically, if you were from another country and just maybe English was your second language, that you would be able to learn the days of the week from this song. But Buddha, what do you got? All right, my question is, you know, when's she gonna be turning 18? Know what I mean? No, I don't, Buddha. Well, I mean, you remember back in the old days, them they had them Olsen twins, Kristen and Alice. I can't remember their first names. They're the Olsen twins. Everybody remembers them. Them's the one that was on Full House. Yes, we remember them. They've grown up to become drug-addicted whores in Hollywood. But what's your point, Buddha? The point is, I got to admit something here. I had the Olsen twin countdown clock when I was younger, the one that's when they're turning 18. And right now, I have me a Rebecca Black clock, and it's got the countdown meter going right now. Is that kind of like the national debt clock? No, the numbers aren't nearly that high. This is less than 5 years. She was born in June of '97, according to my research. but I went ahead and rounded up because I don't want to make any errors. Well, Buddha, what exactly are you implying here? I want to make sure she's registered to vote at 18, you damn pervert. If you had any kind of other sick thoughts in your head, I'm going to be calling Chris Hansen on you, boy. Buddha, listen, guy. I'm merely a reporter here trying to, discuss this actual phenomenon of Friday, when you turn in 18. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Sam, what do you got?
This phenomenon would not have ever happened if not for the YouTube sensation of everybody posting it. Friday. I mean, Friday's great, but what about Monday? The Bengals had Manic Monday. This little 13-year-old prepubescent bitch is nothing but a ripoff of Manic Monday and the Bengals.
Another interesting take, Sam. We've missed you, buddy. And I do want to give Sam a little bit of shout-out, folks, because check this out, guys. He was recently on assignment in Libya, and guess what he brought me? Boom. Yes, this is one of Muammar Gaddafi's hats. In fact, it was worn twice by dear leader in Libya that we're now having kinetic military action against. And Sam, I did want to thank you for bringing me back this. This is a fat, and I mean that P-H-A-T, a fat hat, big dog. So I appreciate it. And wanted to talk to you about a couple other things because it's been a little bit of while since we've had our time together. And I did want to mention that tonight we are sponsored by Ice House. That's what's in here. Because I love Ice House beer. I'm not really a beer connoisseur, I guess, folks. I'm going to level with you. It's $3.99 for a 6-pack of tall boys. And 16-ounce Ice Houses. That's 96 ounces of 5% alcohol, baby. Pretty potent stuff. But, so much has gone on since our last broadcast that, folks, a lot of you guys that have the Apple, the iPhone, the iPad, you guys are a bunch of the computer geeks. I gotta have the Mac, I'm not an Apple snob, but I did want to tell all my friends that Apple, they manufacture most of their products in Japan. And the tsunami and the nuclear reactor have pretty much decimated all Japanese manufacturing. So if you're going to get one of those devices, you need to get it soon. Because, the supplies are being running low, the prices are going up. But if you don't have the chance to get one now, I did hear that next year, once they start remanufacturing them and importing them back from Japan, that each purchase is going to come with a year's supply of sodium iodide. In fact, that's what the I in iPhone and iPad will stand for a year from now, is the iodide phone or the iodide pad. These are going to be the new glow-in-the-dark models. So, you won't need to bring any flashlights or anything with you, but just be forewarned that buying these products in the future, if you don't get them now, the ones that are already on the shelves here, it could be detrimental to your health. And another story that I wanted to talk to you about, I think it was on Wednesday, they found another one of these guys that was characterized as morbidly obese in Ohio. Registered Democrat, hasn't been out of the house in a while though. This is mean, but he was actually found fused to his chair. And I don't know how big this chair was. Maybe it was kind of like he was spilling over the sides of it. Oh, God, something like that. But at any rate, he was found fused to it. And this is another one of those guys that he couldn't fit through his own door again. So they had to cut a hole in his wall and wheel his sorry ass out to the hospital. Apparently he's actually close to death. So, I don't really think it's that tragic because the terms morbidly obese should never be in the same sentence. It's kind of like greasy feces. Remember the Lester scare when they tried to make the fat-free chips 10 years ago, and they said, you could have greasy feces if you eat these chips? Well, obese is basically like already disgustingly fat. You can be overweight. Fat would be the next step. Obese. And then if you're morbidly obese, you are like exponentially more disgusting than all of those ratings. And I just got to, how do you get to that? I mean, you know, once you get to the first 500 pounds, don't you say, enough's enough? I mean, Jesus. And apparently the guy had 2 roommates who were either contributing to his, Jabba the Hutt-esque physique or never there. Which, thinking about what that place must have smelled like, I probably would have moved out too. But they were apparently still paying rent. I mean, how do you explain that to the cops when they're sitting there helicoptering and cutting a hole in the wall to get your roommate out? Like, did you not notice that you have the blob in the family room now? And he hasn't really moved from that chair in a while? Did you guys help change his diapers? Or did it just have kind of like one of those outhouses down in Mexico where they just kind of dug a little hole underneath them? I don't know. All I'm saying is these guys should be held accountable for letting their roommate sit there and suffer. I was thinking that maybe we were going to get some video footage of Kevin Spacey feeding this glutton a bunch of spaghetti and then doing a remake of Seven and kicking him in the back. But unfortunately, we have not been privileged enough to see that yet. Sam, what do you say about this? I mean, this is disgusting, isn't it?
I tell you, if we had this guy in Egypt when I was there covering Anderson Cooper's ass whipping, this guy would have been food for the village for a month.
Sam, are you telling me that Egyptians would actually engage in cannibalism?
Well, they're damn hungry, and they got all these damn Libyans crossing the border.
Ah, the Libyans! Every time I think of that phrase, I'm like, getting Back to the Future flashbacks when Doc Brown is like, the Libyans! I don't know how they found me, but they did! Marty, run! That's a little homage to the 1985 Michael J. Fox, and I think the guy's name is Christopher Lloyd. But, yeah, that kind of made me paranoid of Libyans ever since then. And then Reagan actually bombed their ass 2 years later. And then now we're in there again, sending them kinetic military action, which is also known as cruise missiles up their ass. And it got me thinking today that, you know what? Everybody that voted for hope and change in the last election, well, let's think about this for a minute, okay? We've got an unprovoked war in the Middle East. Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, is still open. Tax cuts were extended for everybody. The Patriot Act was extended. And we have soaring gas prices. So what the hell has changed? They like to say that, Obama was able to win because he was able to liken John McCain to George Bush for 2008. So I'm thinking a great GOP strategy would be to liken Obama to George W. Bush, because the more things change, the more they stay exactly the same. And speaking of the bamboozler in chief, or our president, I got to admit, I played a pretty good practical joke on the Facebook world today. I posted a nice early morning status before everybody else jumped on the bandwagon of practical jokes. I saw people getting divorced, engaged, remarried, and complicated relationships. See, we're not going to fall for that stuff, guys, especially if you're like happily married. Because, I would know, because I stalk you online. I would know if there was anything going on in your relationship that could lead to any kind of complicated, beer break, any kind of complicated relationship. You know what? You know what we need a little bit more of? Let me crank up a little more Friday for you guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know you guys missed that. 18, when you turning 18. Just kidding, guys. But back to my point. The more things change, the more they stay the same. That's the lesson that we should all learn. And the joke I played today was I posted Donald Trump has been big in the news lately. He's been asking questions that the media never really asked about Obama's birth certificate and just saying all sorts of apparently racist things. And I just got to tell you guys, if asking for somebody's proof of birth is racist or proof of ID, then everybody that works at a bar or the airline industry or your employer must be racist, because you have to show ID to even get on an airplane. So not only are TSA a bunch of perverts, they're also a bunch of racists, according to this logic. And I know it's a little bit too late to be vetting a president right now, but Donald Trump, being the wealthiest birther on the planet, is bringing up some interesting points. Personally, I'm not a birther. I'm a skeptic. At this point, I just want to see the damn birth certificate. But Mr. Trump has been actively and aggressively asking for the copy of the birth certificate to be released. And he's been on the news the past couple weeks. And today I posted that there was breaking news that the Obama White House was actually responding to Donald Trump, and they were going to be releasing the long-form notarized birth certificate today at 1 p.m. Well, I was very happy to see that several of my friends were taking me seriously, and they were even Googling it, and I even got questions later, even after 1 p.m., like, Greg, you know, where was the news conference? Where can I find this information? April Fools, guys. We all know that there isn't a birth certificate. Really, the only people that were able to kind of catch on to this joke were my Democratic friends. They were like, April Fools, April Fools. So I had to keep deleting their comments. But, you know, they actually are the ones that know there isn't a birth certificate. Which led me to another thing. If we could hire Dog the Bounty Hunter for one mission, would it be better, sir, for him to stay in Hawaii and find the birth certificate that nobody can find? Or should we send him to Pakistan and let him find bin Laden? I don't know. That's up to you guys. We're going to do a Greg's List poll a little bit later on that. We're at the part of the song where the rapper comes in and raps on Friday. And that rapper, if you've seen the video, it's either John Legend or Tone Loc's son. Either way, they're kind of out of place on Friday. But I've really enjoyed this song, and I think that it makes people that watch it feel better about their own lives. So even though Miss Rebecca Black didn't do it to become famous, she's now the most famous 13-year-old that has ever produced a song about Friday. That's going to wrap us up for Greg's List. We'll see you again soon. I promise I'll try to be more active. Unfortunately, you know, I have my regular day job. I don't get paid to do Greg's List, even though I think I should. If you want to send donations to me, I don't have an LLC set up for this yet. So kind of wait out on that, because I do like to be above board. I'm not in Congress yet. But also, you guys need to help me share the wealth of Greg's List. My ratings have gone down ever since the first broadcast. They're down about 50%. I'm feeling like MSNBC for some reason. So please, share the wealth of Greg's List and have a great Friday. We'll see you soon. This has actually been 20 minutes, so this is like 3 episodes rolled into one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.